especially the second half tonight, though. So we got that going for us. All right, questions?
Their coach said Tyshawn was the difference in the second half. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, well, he was the best player in the second half. He made shots, and I think he only had but I think he only had a couple of turnovers second half. But yeah, he did good. He did good second half. I hate that we're relying on him to score that much. But when you're shooting the ball like he did tonight, that was a big positive for us.
Did you feel like the guys were still feeling some of the effects from Maui
No,
during the first half? No.
I just think we were off. I told our guys before the season that we were going to have to really enjoy winning ugly because we don't have as many offensive weapons than what we've had in the past. So you're going to have to win some games ugly, but they've taken it to a different level than I've ever imagined. Okay, but if you said before the game we win by 28 against the Big East team, I would have said, well, we'd have to play great, and we did do some really good things second half defensively and got out and ran some, but still though that was a pretty lackluster performance.
Tyshawn said it felt like during that run in the second half, guys weren't even thinking about their scoring; they were just thinking about defense. And
yeah, I think so. I thought we guarded them pretty good for stretches. They're not a great offensive team statistically, just like we're not, but they played really good defense this year, and that's kind of how it played out. But the first half, I mean, you start a game and you should be full of energy and that kind of stuff. And why do we have more energy in the second half we had the first half? To me that didn't make a lot of sense. But we're fortunate. They didn't play great, and they missed some shots. But I did think we did a pretty good job guarding overall.
You guys are one of 11 from three in the first half, and that second half, I mean, that stretch where you hit back-to-back threes really opened it up.
Yeah.
How big is it for you guys to, knock down a few threes in your half-court offense right now?
Well, we have to. I mean, we got to. We've got to make some three. Connor's 1 for 6, and Elijah's 1 for 8. So our two best three-point shooters are 2 for 14. That's not going to get it done against good teams, but certainly, those guys got to keep shooting it. But I think Connor made 1, and Travis may have made 1, and Ty made 1 during that stretch, and so that was a good thing for us. But the lid was definitely on the first half.
Can you put your finger on what's been up with Elijah the last couple games?
No, I have no idea. We've all got the crud. I don't know if you guys know, the crud's going around. That's no excuse. But, Cade Cole's guys not practicing, growing up, and everything. But it looks to me like with Elijah is that he hasn't played well, and he has good intentions to play well. And then when he doesn't play well, then he automatically becomes very deflated fast, which is really a bad sign. I mean, bad sign. As an athlete, you always got to be thinking next play or whatever. You go 0 for 3 and you got 3 strikeouts, you still got to get on base when you're down 1 run in the 9th, figure it out. And that's kind of what we're not doing. I mean, we're just not showing that mental toughness, I don't think. Because, when the coach is telling you shoot it every time you're open, that ain't a bad gig. There's a lot of people that would like to have that gig in college basketball. But to abuse that and then not guard on the other end or to lose focus, I think I'm not buying into that. So we got to get him. He's too good a player to play like this, and we got to get him where he's playing better. But missing shots isn't it. If your whole game is based on playing well, if you make shots, then you're probably not a complete player. He is a complete player. He can do a lot of things, and he's not impacting the game in any way when things don't go well early, which he's got to be able to change.
So how do you correct that mindset?
Well, I think it's through a lot of different ways, but through toughness type things. I mean, next play is a form of toughness, where, we had one guy stop playing to call 3 seconds tonight while the ball's still in play. I mean, who does that? That's not thinking next play. There's a lot of things that we got to, improve on, but certainly I think maybe our health a little bit, or not health, but our sickness a little bit has something to do with it. I don't think guys were all there emotionally.
Would that have been the reason for Elijah's minutes, or was it just that he wasn't playing in the second half? He only played 8 minutes. Is that?
Well, to be honest with you, I was trying to win the game. So there was, the guys that played there in the second half was the guys that I thought gave us the best chance to win the game. So.
Bill, is the crud, as you put it, is that something you came back with?
I think so, or got it after we're here. I think it's really going around on campus. I mean, we've had several people over at the infirmary, and, well, they called it the infirmary at Oklahoma State. I think here it's called Watkins. But we've had several people in that, including the coach, and you know, that haven't felt great, but good gosh, I mean,
Do you have everybody get flu shots?
yes, yeah, everybody got flu shots. So it's just the crud going around. Everybody's getting it.
Thomas plays hard all the time, and he's got the crud, doesn't he?
Who?
Thomas? Doesn't he play hard all the time?
Next
No.
question. So, I think we pick and choose when we play hard, so. The whole team does. I mean, it's, the whole team picks and chooses.
The more you guys play together, will you look like a better passing team, or you're not?
You know, you know, when you lose Brady and Tyrell and Markeith, you lost the three best passers on our team last year. And we're replacing them with guys that don't pass it as well naturally, so I don't think this will ever be a great passing team. You know, we ran a little play today, I don't know if you saw, we had 2 wide open lob dunks. 2, and our big guy, I mean, we practice it every day, and the big guy underthrows it, we come away with nothing. I mean, that last year would have been game-changing plays. Tyshawn had 2 guys wide open for lobs early, and he underthrew both of them, and they intercept them. I mean, those are plays that in the past, those would be game-changing plays. It's not like we can't get the ball in a position where we can make a play, we're just not finishing those plays, and so we got to do a much better job of that. But I don't know if we'll ever be a great passing team. I think we can become a good passing team, but to me, the last couple of years, we've been pretty spoiled. And even in 07 and 08, I mean, when your foreman is Julian, I mean, that's a pretty special deal when your foreman can pass the ball and be the best passer on your team. Kind of like Marcus and Markeith last year.
Anything else, guys?
All right, guys.